Hello and welcome to the Ask a Luxe Girl podcast. This is the show for women who seek holistic personal image transformation. I'm Ariana, founder and CEO of Luxe Girl Diaries. Each week, I share tips, strategies, and advice to help you refine your mindset, image, and lifestyle on your journey to becoming a better version of yourself. So, if you want to send your questions anonymously or not, visit us at askaluxgirl.com. If you haven't already, head to your app store and download the Luxe Girl app so you can transform your self concept for a more exquisite life. We have exclusive guides, a community of like minded women, a digital diary to help keep you accountable, and much more. As a new subscriber, you get a free 3-day trial to implement it into your daily rituals. So I was going through the Luxe Girl Diaries Facebook Messenger, and the whole reason why I had the idea for this podcast is because there were so many questions. And I installed the Facebook Messenger plugin app on our website. Forgot how I did it. I can't take it off from there, and I totally forgot that we even have it on there because don't really see it on the administrative side. Long story short, I realized that so many women asked for help and had questions that were similar in nature. So I thought this was the best way to answer these questions en masse. Disclaimer though, some of the names have been changed for privacy reasons. In this episode, I answer, how can I become a Luxe Girl? Victoria from New Jersey writes, a few weeks ago, I discovered your website and app, and I'm really enjoying them. I was wondering what it takes to become a Luxe Girl. Is it solely about appearing fashionable and polished, or are there additional factors to consider? First and foremost, thank you, Victoria. I love this question because when I first started the framework of a Luxe Girl, it was always meant to be more than meets the eye. And so it's not about simply being well dressed or living a life of luxury or like whatever comes to mind when you think of Luxe Girl. Yes, being a Luxe Girl can include all of these things, but it's not limited to these attributes. And to be clear, being a Luxe Girl can mean living an abundant and beautiful life, surrounding yourself with luxury and quality, both in terms of material possessions and experiences. But it also goes beyond that. Dressing well, being feminine or attractive, or having a great personality is one thing. And many women have these qualities. They wear designer labels, live a soft lifestyle, make a lot of money in their field, and look amazing while doing it. And as I'm saying this, someone probably came to mind, whether that's like an influencer you admire, a celebrity, auntie, mentor, close friend. Yet you don't have to have all of those things to be a Luxe Girl. And I'm going to explain to you why so you can shift your perspective and learn to be a mirror for what it is you truly desire. As you begin to shift your inner landscape and transform into a space of luxury, you will start to embody the Luxe Girl energy. So I struggled with low self-esteem in the past and believed that peace, luxuries, and self-love had to be earned. It took a shift in my thinking on my journey of self-discovery and transformation to realize that these things are my birthright and not something that I have to prove myself worthy of having. Despite my natural talents and passion for what I do now as an image consultant and transformational coach, I felt held back by my own limiting beliefs and insecurities. So, quick story, when I was a junior in my college years, at the top of the fall semester, I was in a car accident. I was rear-ended by a lady in an SUV, had a little Honda at the time, and I got pretty bad whiplash. And on top of that, I had just been accepted into one of the best journalism schools that semester. And I dealt with physical therapy appointments, injections, and on top of strict coursework deadlines. And at one point, I came across these diet or caffeine pills to help me stay up and study and get more work done. However, I was running myself sick and burning out. And I felt like I was at the end of my road. Then one day, while browsing through a bookstore, I stumbled upon a book that would change my life forever. And this book was The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. After reading it, I realized that my thoughts and beliefs were creating the life that I was living. And I made a vow to myself and I said, you know what? I'm not giving up that easily. And I'm getting what I want and I'm not suffering to get there. So I decided to begin affirming new empowering statements such as, I am enough, I am worthy of love, and other stuff that resonated with me at the time. And I also used Louise Hay's concepts for mirror work and started to speak these words to myself in the morning, either in the mirror or out loud in my room. And I started intentionally seeking motivation and inspiration in my surroundings, attending workshops and seminars on personal growth and self improvement. And I even experimented with different styles and beauty routines and gradually developed my signature look. As my confidence grew, so did my determination to help others experience the same transformation. So, here is the beautiful truth. This wasn't overnight. Going through the inner work and blocks or blinders that I had up was a real challenge. And the inner work wasn't simply regarding my mindset, but I was working through emotional triggers and elevated my physical body as well. And I wanted to expand, and I learned a lot through that expansion and how it's not a one and done deal. And to this day, I am continuously exposed to new luxuries, new belief systems, and welcome new forms of abundance and prosperity. The word luxury is often associated with wealth and opulence, and the root word luxury is the Latin word luxus, which means excess. In other words, luxury is abundance, and it's about having more than you need or could ever use. So when I hear women saying, once I lose this weight, or once I get more money, or once I get new clothes, then I'll truly be at a higher level. Then I'll insert desired outcome here, whatever it is. Then I'll be a Luxe girl. But no, those are limiting beliefs. Those are excuses. And I have one question for you. Why do you insist on waiting for the future you to catch up to you? You have to visualize your highest self, embody her, and start showing up as her. Okay. That is the first step. It's not getting that external item or getting there. I mean, it's about actually taking the action, not only the action, but having the intention and the self belief behind the action and believing that when you're doing this, you are in alignment. This is what separates the Luxe girls from the not so Luxe girls. And a Luxe girl is not defined by her material possessions. I mean, she's defined by her embodiment and she harnesses her energy consistently to get what she wants and create a life that mirrors that. So if you want to lose weight or dress better to channel confidence, but you're not willing to nurture the habits, the mindset, the heart set, the emotional body, or the physical components to get there, then that's not it. And when people see a woman living her best life, they're like, what did she do? How did she get to have all those experiences? Oh my gosh. Let me tell you a little secret. It's because she probably already knew she was worthy of that. And when you cultivate expansive energy and radical self belief, it becomes easier for you to merge the metaphysical aspects in the material world and make them tangible through harmonious action and self expression. So your inner landscape is intangible or abstract, and material is concrete in the physical form. Your environment, your life, your current reality is a mirror of your inner landscape. So instead of trying to change your reality through manipulating your environment and trying to have those experiences and getting those material possessions, or adjusting the external factors, you must instead adjust your internal world to reflect what you want to see. I had to make the decision to want better. And that didn't start out in the world. And yeah, there were events that took place, but I had to make the choice to get what I want, cultivate self belief. And if I nurtured faith in myself to attract what I wanted and took action in alignment with my desires, then of course I'm getting there. Matter of fact, I already have it. There is a version of you out there somewhere that followed what was on their heart and has what you currently desire. There is a reason why you have that burning desire, and it's because it is something that you get to have when you nurture it enough. It's similar to the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once with the lead actress Michelle Yeoh. There were so many paths that her character, Evelyn Wang, could have taken in life where she would have been wildly successful. I think she was almost going to be a famous singer had she nurtured that path. So our limiting beliefs can hold us back from our fullest potential. And you don't even realize what's in store for you when you're playing small. So harmonious action manifests what you desire, and it's done by leveraging your emotion, mind, and body. And this is a form of alchemy that I like to refer to as glamour. And everyone has a unique glamour and allure about themselves. And you are most likely using it and don't even know it. I talked about this in an ebook I published a few years ago. Essentially, glamour is a visual curation or perception that leaves more to be desired. However, glamour in this instance can involve curation of your self perception to create room for your desires. Glamour is the epitome of the show me how good it can get affirmation. So when you leverage your mind, body, and emotions to perceive the best version of things, then that is what you'll look for and that is what will come forth. To embody the essence of a Luxe Girl is to harness your expansive energy and glamour to become the woman of your dreams. You must match your rituals, routines, values, and lifestyle with your self-beliefs. But it all begins in your inner landscape. None of the adornments matter when you aren't adorning your soul. You're well dressed, but letting a man in your life treat you like a pauper, that's not a Luxe Girl. Okay. You're jet setting around the world, but have no idea how to connect with people from other cultures and backgrounds. That's not a Luxe Girl. And making six figures, but an emotional wreck who can't seem to get your life together, that's not a Luxe Girl. Um, and this is not to say that Luxe girls don't have insecurities or days where they don't feel or do their best. This is not a competition for who has made the least amount of poor choices or is the most put together. Nobody's perfect, and there's no reason to be. The goal is to embrace the journey of becoming the most refined version of yourself so you can attract what you desire into your life. A part of this journey is learning from the choices you've made in the past, forgiving yourself, and moving forward. So remember, you are worthy of luxury because you were born a Luxe Girl. It's not something you become, it's something you already are. And the only thing left to do is for you to own it, create your unique image archetype. And this is a model of your highest self, and she's in harmony with her values. Her beliefs are expansive, not limited, and she has a sense of purpose, vitality, and fulfillment in her life. For example, one Luxe Girl may enjoy the finer things in life, such as designer clothes, high-end beauty products, but she doesn't need those things to feel good about herself or have a good time. She enjoys them because they make her feel confident, beautiful, and alive. They're an expression of her inner Luxe Girl and not something she's trying to overcompensate for. Another girl Another Luxe girl may truly enjoy a simpler life, such as growing her own herbs, vegetables, making her own skincare products, or living in a van and traveling the country. These activities make her feel assured, ethereal, and full of life. Again, it's not about material possessions or what you're doing. It's about your expression of your inner landscape and how it manifests in the physical world. Transformation is not only about becoming the most refined version of yourself, but also about attracting what you desire into your life. It's the process of continuously growing and expanding so you can live a life of luxury, abundance, and joy. It's an odyssey you undergo and moving through various rites of passage and a script you tell yourself every time you greet a new day. So, what do you want to create? Take the time to get clear on your desires. Write them down, use affirmations or visualizations to help give power to your dreams. Create a vision board with images that represent your highest self and remind yourself each day of who you are and who you're striving to become. So, I'll discuss three important steps of becoming a Luxe Girl through positive transformation. The first is to get clear on your core values. Okay, so it's so easy to get caught up in what we want that we forget what anchors us to our truth. And our core values are those we stand for no matter what and that guide our decisions. So they're the foundation of who we are. And when we live in harmony with them, we feel good about ourselves, right? And as I stated earlier, values differ from beliefs because values are based on our inner truth, while beliefs can be based on external factors such as what we were taught growing up. The first step in transformation is to get clear on your core values so you can start making decisions based on them. And once you know what they are, it's much easier to identify when you're veering off course. You'll know the difference between going after a goal because you've seen it on social media and it looks cool, or because your family expects this of you, versus something that will truly bring you joy in the long run. So, some examples of core values are like freedom, adventure, creativity, service, love, family, health, and wealth. Number two is changing your mindset and your heart set. Your beliefs create your reality. So, if you want to change your life, you must first change how you think about it. And this is much easier said than done because our minds are very powerful and they've been programmed since childhood with all sorts of limiting beliefs, such as I'm not good enough, I can't do that, or that's too hard, I'm not smart enough. And these negative thoughts become so ingrained in our subconscious that we start to believe them without even realizing it. But the good news is we can always change our mindset. Glamour, as far as inner glamour, is all about mindset, heart set, and physical transformation. So if you want to be a Luxe girl, you have to start thinking like one. And that means having an abundance mindset and believing that you are worthy of all the good things in life and your reality reflects that. Your heart set is tuning into your body, emotions, and intuition to create a connection. And these work together to help you manifest your desires. And I think manifestation is overanalyzed and overthought when in reality, we manifest every day. Okay. It's not a woo woo concept. Every day, people bring ideas and concepts that at one time only existed in their subconscious and into consciousness and making them tangible. Number three, take action in harmony with your beliefs and values. The third step is to take action, but it's not just any action, it's deliberate, inspired action in harmony with your newly found values and beliefs. And many women get stuck because they don't know what their next step should be. They've done the work on themselves, but don't see any external results, so they give up. But the key is to keep going and trust the process and have faith in yourself and your ability to manifest your desires. And when you do, the path will become clear. Thank you, Victoria, for your question. And I hope this has given you some clarity on what it takes to become a Lux Girl. And thank you for listening to this week's Ask a Lux Girl episode. Download the free Luxe Girl app to submit your question for a chance to be featured anonymously or not on one of our episodes. And always remember that you are worthy of an exquisite life. I'll see you at the top. XOXO.